This isn't STN Racing, but nonetheless, the Core brings you season. Oh gosh, I'm really having a rough night. Let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Core welcomes you to Daytona for the season finale of the CORE Fall Brawl 2021. We're at Bumpy Daytona in the ARCA cars. We have a whopping 12-car field. Let's see what happens. Jacob Pitts, Kevin McAdams, Sean Butler, double duty on the racetrack and in the broadcast booth at the same time to fill the gap in the field because there aren't a lot of people here. How are we doing, gentlemen?
We're doing good. Kevin has to restart his computer, so I don't know where he is. But, oh, there he is. We're doing good. You know, Bumpy Daytona is always a good time, no matter if you're broadcasting and or racing in my case. So looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun time.
Kevin, anything?
I'm still trying to get set up here, but the one thing that I love about this version of Daytona is that it has its own, set of challenges. Just getting around this place, and then with the ARCA car not being able to bump, it's going to be really fun to see if these guys can navigate the field without causing a lot of incidents, especially with how crazy and bumpy and unpredictable this track is. Even with these 12 guys, I think we'll have a good show tonight, and I think with Sean on track, I think it'll be even more exciting.
What are you trying to say?
I'll just I'll let the actions speak for themselves.
All right.
There you have it. Let's run through the grid. I wanted to race, but was told no. So it's a field of 14. You'll see, a field of 14 minus me, who registered but didn't get to do anything. Anthony Alfredo registered, joined, and then left. So he's not here. So I don't know what's up with that, but we'll scroll down through the list and let's talk to our NRA supporter, Sean Butler. What are we expecting?
Oh man, it's been a while since I talked on here. I mean, thank you guys for pulling me up here. It's a really big honor, but I think we could expect a lot of action. Bumpy Daytona, as Kevin said verbatim, almost has its set of challenges, and you got to know which line to run here, whether you want to run up where I am or down towards the bottom where Cosman is. There's Jacob Pitts. He's starting in row 7 apparently.
Driving the white cube. Yep.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, this is going to be a great time. This track provides great racing, great entertainment to watch, and you're going to see a lot of passing as well, and hopefully not a lot of wrecking. But these cars are very sensitive as well. You can't push them at all, so you're going to see guys have to time their runs and be very cautious with the moves they make. So it could either result in a great entertaining race or a whole lot of carnage. So we'll have to wait and see which one we get.
Hey, I'm impressed. No car number, but you at least got the Twitter handle right. So that just means you had something sitting aside there, producer Zach Johnson. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how he pulled that off, but whatever. We had some people try to take the chicane back there. It's Justin Malillo and Trey Normile. They're getting the fun started early. 80 laps up on the board, 200 miles. So it's a long night for these guys, and they only have one faster pair sitting in the pits. So, I mean, they got to be careful.
Look at Cosman back in that, what is it, Netcode City?
Netcode City.
It's a great car. I love that car.
It's even better when it's placed next to the iRacing car driven by Cisco Scaramouza. Nonetheless, green flag's in the air. We are racing from Daytona, and Sean, did you miss a shift, buddy? What happened?
Cosman went before the green. I wasn't expecting that.
Here they go down to turn number 1. Here comes David Cornelius up to the high side, trying to take the lead away. He's got Sean to push him. You got Cosman down low with help from Lou Lasnaka.
About 170 mile an hour pace lap here as they go through turn 2. Davin trying to make that outside line momentum work to his favor. Sean Butler all over the rear end, but not too close, Sean. You don't want to spin them. Can't really bump in these cars like we've mentioned about 3 or 4 times now.
I mean, it's still not touching the back of Davin's car, so I'm following my instructions.
You following orders, and you got the TikTok number 6 of Ryan Vargas and Cozy on the inside.
There it is.
Number 3.
See, there are my instructions right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Sean sees, except instead of inside the race car, it's on top of the race car. David Cornelius will lead lap 1 here from Daytona. 79 laps to go. He takes charge of the pack.
Still side by side. I think this is going to be the trend. These guys are going to be racing really aggressively the whole time, and I think we're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing. Curious to see if handling plays a factor later in the run. I know these cars are have a lot of downforce, but even at the in the ARCA cars, we've seen
It's a
that
Justin
handle can really
Weaver.
matter. Yeah, and Justin Malillo all the way in the back. Him and Cisco Scaramouza side by side now, but these guys have a little bit of fun in the back of the field. These guys are battling for what is 11th and 12th, and he is slow. That is a self-described slowing in the way, Justin Malillo. And then behind him, you still have Cisco, but they're about to be almost 3 wide. Michael Frisch peeks his way out, exiting the tri-oval.
Yeah, Frisch has been peeking up there on that outside line, looking to the outside of Gary Owen, sometimes looking to the inside of him. He just decides not to. And now I think Justin's just messing with us. Did you see that entry into turn 1?
He's listening. He's definitely listening.
He's got eyes on it.
Down the back straightaway. Cornelius continues to lead the inside line. Butler leading the outside line.
He's still weaving so much.
Him and Cisco are both just going back and forth, back and forth.
Say it's like, what, a 20-second delay between the live feed and YouTube. So we can sync it up here. But Dapp and Cornelius still on this inside line, making it work for the moment. Sean Butler second. Still basically it's a 190-mile-an-hour pace lap. Not a lot of movement here. Not a lot of lead changes at the moment. But here comes Sean on the outside line.
Sean with help from Vargas. Trying to roll that outside line here as they come off turn number 2. You got Cosman helping Davin Cornelius down low. And just that inside line, there are only 3 cars down low. Everybody else has fallen back or jumped to the outside line. But this bottom line is still holding tough as now Lul's going to drop back, and that just leaves 2 down there. Really, Sean should be able to get by him here relatively quick.
I think Lul's starting to see the trend. He might want to get to the top here, but even with Cosman and Davin by themselves on the inside, here comes Ryan Vargas. He's looking 3 wide. That's going to put Sean on the 3rd lane. Here comes Frisch to follow him, follow his friend on the outside. Never mind. He goes back to the inside. What a fake from Frisch, and that's going to shift Sean all the way back now into 6, battling for 6 between him and Keenan Kusin on the middle of 1 and 2.
Did you enjoy that, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of heartbroken that no one went with me up there, but I understand.
I was just about to ask, how do you feel like,
Feel betrayed?
Ryan's gonna trust you here and follow you, but never mind, he went 3 wide on you.
Through 3 and 4. Vargas to lead the top side. Cornelius washes up a little bit. He's going to get turned. Cosman around as well. Both cars on the inside line spin it on the front straightaway. And I don't know if DT just got turned or he slid up the racetrack, came back down, and that's when that thing got turned sideways.
What did you see there, Sean, from your perspective? I think Cosman was on the inside line here. And I don't know if Davin was trying to cover the spot a little late, but it looks like Cosman was kind of running right up against the yellow line, and
he came up a little bit.
Clipped him. They just clipped him a little bit, and unfortunately, Davin says do not touch on that rear end, but
didn't listen.
He hit the concrete wall a ton.
I mean, I don't know if Cosman really had a choice there. He lifted and still got run into from behind after he turned that 77, but I think Cornelius washed it up, trying to cover the spot, thinking there'd be room, and instead he got the fuzzy end of the lollipop and took a beating to the inside wall, missing the back panel on that race car. Here's the onboard with Keenan.
It's just so easy to lift up those rear wheels with the Speedway bodies here in the ARCA car. It's just a little bit slower of a nose than we're used to with the super speedways here in the old Gen 4, and it can cause a big accordion effect, especially when the guy in front of you has to check up. You really have nothing you can do. You will jack that guy up and send him around, and that's exactly what happened to Cosmo. We have a couple of takers here going on the pit road as we're only about 5 laps into this run here.
Including our in-race reporter. Sean, what's the mindset?
We're taking fuel. We never know when this thing can go green possibly, and we're going to top off, and a little bit of fuel can sometimes make the difference, so we're going to see where it takes us.
Well, remember, stage racing, you got the stages at 20, 40, and then the final stage is 40 laps. So, you...
Did I mention you can never have too much fuel?
Well, it may help at the end of the day, but we'll see what happens.
Keep the spoiler down?
Yeah.
Yeah, about more than half the field on pit road. Your leader is Ryan Vargas with Gary Owen in second, and Michael Frisch, last week's winner, in the third spot.
I have a question regarding Gary Owen's QR code. Do we know what that is? I know we might have covered it, but I kind of missed that.
He's taking a.
It's his YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's taking a page out of the Caleb Hoffman playbook. He had that on his car back at Atlanta, where it took him to his Twitter. This one goes to Gary Owen's YouTube channel, where you can find a whole bunch of, among other things, NASCAR 21 Ignition content.
I thought it was borrowing the idea from Parker Kligerman's, cockpit view from the race on Sunday, where you can scan the QR code and get a fast hoodie.
That may be the original inspiration for it. I'm not sure.
I mean, NASCAR 21 Ignition content, no one's doing that. That's really unique right now in terms of the racing community. So props to him for being unique with that. That's interesting.
NASCAR 21, what's that?
I never heard of it until he started playing it.
Yeah, exactly. Might have to check it out.
Yeah, then everyone started playing it. It's crazy. Speaking of NASCAR 21 Ignition, do you guys know who's not here right now in this race?
David Schildhouse.
David Schildhouse is not here. He's been releasing content on that game left and right.
You know who else is not here?
It looks like Joey Stone is not here.
Joey Stone, yeah, he drove the NASCAR Ignition car last week.
And he's not here.
Must have pulled the sponsorship. He must have said something bad.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Hate to see it.
There's also the guy that helps work on the game, Rusty Walrus. He's not here as well, so just add that to the list.
Are they just hiding?
Well, if hiding means going on a plane and flying to Martinsville for the game this weekend, then yes.
Sure.
Prior obligations not related to sim racing. Unbelievable. Well, I guess it is pertaining to sim racing. Just not here.
All right, so we're half a lap away from getting back to green flag racing. Davin is a lap down right now. He got waved around, I think, to get one back, but he is still one down. He's the only one a lap down, so he will get the free pass on the next caution, whether it's the stage break or otherwise. Vargas and Gary Owen will lead us back to the green flag. Nobody has used their fast repair as of yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Davin got most of his damage fixed for this restart. He might be in okay shape. We'll have to wait and see. Pace truck is off. Green flag is out.
Yeah, here we go. The inside line pretty much packed together. The outside line not so much. Gary's going to fall back. Vargas is clear to the outside. He'll hang down low as they head to turn one.
Friends here on the bottom of Frisch and Vargas. Here comes Sean Butler on that inside, trying to clear himself from Gary Owen. He is not clear yet. Here comes that number 24 back on the outside line. Got the help on the outside with Lula Snake. And the outside, here comes Cosmin Yonishu and Michael Cozy. But here comes that 24 of Gary Owen next to Michael Frisch in the 3.
Side by side for the second spot now. Vargas, he's going to go up to the top side. He's going to pick up Gary Owen. That will allow Frisch to take the lead down low with help from Butler.
Oh my gosh, these guys are all over the place. How's the handling in these cars right now, Sean? You got a little bit more fuel than these guys, or you're a little bit looser. How is it handling so far?
It's kind of tight in traffic. I mean, the bumps on the bottom definitely don't do it any favors, but with these cars, they stay pretty glued to the turf here on the track. So when you hit the bumps, you feel it. So you just got to prevent yourself from washing up like I'm trying to do on the bottom and hope no one makes a mistake around you. But it's decent, I would say.
Still kind of like what we saw earlier with 77 getting turned around, but instead of being at the front of the pack, it's in the middle of the pack. That's where it could be a whole lot worse.
It just seems like these guys are jostling like crazy right now. This track is moving them around a ton. They're planted on these bumps, and I think that might play a factor. These guys not be able to go 3 wide as much as they would like to. Plenty wide enough, as Larry McReynolds would say, but these bumps are definitely causing these guys to be a little bit more cautious, especially in the middle of the corner. But right now, it's still a dead heat tie between Michael Frisch and Ryan Vargas. Vargas made that move a lap and a half ago. to get that outside line blocked, and he ended up being the leader of that second lane. These guys are stacking up in front of him. Frisch and Vargas almost getting the bump out of turn 2.
Still side by side. You got 4 cars down low or so, and you got 5 or so up high. Maybe split it even 4 and 4 here for the time being. Then you got a smaller 3-car pack behind him, and then Cornelius, who is off the pace, not with the lead pack as they bring it back to the stripe.
Looking at his lap time with that damage, not as bad as I thought it would be. Only about a half second off the queue time that he posted, so we'll have to wait and see if he gets lapped by the stage. But I think if he can get back in the draft, I think he'll be able to at least maintain until the end of the race and maybe get that fast repair for the final stretch. But at the moment, he is by himself. He ain't got to worry about no one touching him as he goes into turn 1. These guys are entering 3, and they're still side by side the first 4 rows, and then kind of spread out from there.
Gotta wonder, with him being that far back, he was getting waved around. I think he may have just not been caught up to the field when we got the green.
No.
And that's why he's so far back there. His field comes off turn 4. You got Justin kind of peeking down there, gets back in lines. A little too aggressive to be making moves like that as we've got 8 to go in the stage.
Oh, he kind of caught the apron there in the middle of the trial. Got a little bit sideways. Those are 2, let's say, teammates, Cosman and Justin. They're teammates in other leagues. FTF comes to mind, UFL as well. On Wednesdays, but Justin is all over the yellow line, and it is causing his car to shuffle left and right. I don't know if he's trying to get underneath, or maybe he's got a little bit hot in the radiator. He keeps trying to poke his nose out and maybe get some clean air. I'm not sure, but that's caused him to lose a little bit of momentum. That's caused Lowell to have the option to go to the inside. I believe he's going to stay to the outside, and that's also allowed Michael Frisch to take the lead. He's going to dive up in front of Ryan Vargas. Got to be careful there as they go out of 4.
And here comes Sean to the lead. Down low, he's not going to quite get there, but Sean, I'm sure that was a little scary from your point of view there.
I'm just glad he moved up because my temperatures were rising. So, I mean, if you don't have to push these things, but the temperature still goes up if you're stuck behind somebody for too long. And appreciate Frisch for giving me a little bit of a breath of fresh air so my car can breathe a little bit so it won't blow up.
There goes Justin. I think he's doing the same thing.
He's dropping out of line. Oh, here comes Vargas. Kind of peeked to that 3rd lane. I think maybe getting some air on the nose of the car, but he gets back in line. And now Sean is clear for the lead. That causes the outside line to stack up. Here comes Cosman down low looking for the lead. Not going to get it at the line.
I think these guys would learn that maybe just staying on the inside line is the move. That's now allowed a 3rd driver now to get in ahead of Ryan Vargas since he made that move a few laps ago. He's now going to be relegated back to 5th. But very similar conditions to when we came here on smooth Daytona a few weeks ago, around mid-80s in terms of the temperature, 81 degrees, 122-degree track temperature, so it's not too hot. But curious to see what the tape looks like because they're 3 wide going into turn 3. Owen, Cosman in the middle, Lul on the inside. Here comes Frisch on the inside as well on Butler.
Frisch and Vargas are going to go down low as the whole inside line pretty much fell apart till they dropped down. Now Frisch slides up in front of Butler. Now he's going to go back down low in front of Vargas. Almost got stuck in the sucker hole for a moment. Sean still fighting hard on that outside line, but Frisch leads the lap at the line.
Inside line not as organized. 3 on 5 at the moment. Sean going to go back to the bottom, cover that inside line, get in front of Michael Frisch. That's going to allow Cosman to have the opportunity to get the momentum on the top side, have Gary Owen behind him. And Michael Cozy, he's kind of being quiet right now in that 7th position. Never mind, he goes 3 wide on Owen. He's got a huge run. Here comes Malillo, and Sean Butler has been put to the 3rd lane, and he's going to go all the way outside the top 5.
What happened?
Are you just having fun?
They're just having fun. There's racing.
Frisch still leading. Here comes Vargas. Remember, there's no yellow line rule. We've got 4 to go on the stage, and Vargas down low going to take the spot, but Cosman's going to take the lead. He's clear down low. You've got Lowell who's pushing Vargas down there. Almost some contact between Sean and Justin. They're able to hold on, and Cozy is now leading this thing.
Almost like Cozy was listening. They said he was being quiet and kind of laying in the weeds. Now he is in the lead, has Justin Malillo all over his rear bumper. Here comes Michael Frisch back to the middle. Cozy will cover. Here comes Lowell behind Frisch, and that's going to allow Cosman to have the momentum on the inside line. 3 wide for the lead.
Justin lifted. Cozy tried to come up, cover the spot. Justin was there, but he lifted. That cost him. He would have had some good momentum up on the high side with help from Sean. Cosman down low. You've got Cozy in the middle. And, man, Justin needs a C somewhere in his name. He's up on the outside line. With 3 to go in stage 1, Cozy washes up a little bit, trying to get a little side draft on that outside line with help from Frisch in the middle. Back to 1.
3 laps to go, 3 by 3 for the lead. Justin Malillo all over the place on that 3rd lane.
Yes,
and that's going to allow Cosman and Cozy to get a little bit ahead, but that outside line has the momentum, has that side draft down the backstretch, and here comes Cisco Scaramouza to join the 3rd lane as well, and that's going to make the 6 and the 84 of Vargas. They're going to fall a little bit back, and that's going to allow Cozy, if he wants it, he can go to the inside line, but he's going to hold in the middle and have Frisch to push him into 4.
Yeah, now he's not quite clear as he comes off the corner. 2 laps to go in stage 1. Still 3 wide at the stripe. It's Cozy by a nose. Then it's Malillo. Then it's Cosman down low. They are 3 wide, 3 rows deep.
Oh, Sean, did you get the wall there a little bit?
No.
Oh, looked like you might have a little bit on my screen.
I didn't hit the wall.
Code, I guess.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I had like a straight shot going into one. It looked like your right rear hit the safer barrier. But we'll keep on green.
We're good.
And Justin fell back a little bit on that outside line. Cozy is almost clear up there as the outside line regroups. We're still 3 wide. Oh, man, Lowell slid it up the racetrack, almost put Cisco on the wall. He backs off. We hang on. Coming to the last lap in stage number 1. Cozy leads in the middle line with help from Frisch. Justin almost got him at the line. 1 to go, stage 1.
That was the finish of stage 1. It would have been 4 thousandths of a second. 1 lap to go here in stage 1. These guys are still 3 wide. Frisch, a little bit of contact into the 32 of Butler. That's going to cause that 3rd lane to lose more momentum. That's going to be a side-by-side battle now between Cozy and Cosman for the lead.
Down the back straightaway, the outside line falling apart. Here comes Cosman down low. Gator's just going to drop out of this. Trey Normile, he's just going to watch this from the back row. Here they come through 3 and 4. We got the lap car of Davin Cornelius. They're coming close to. Don't think they'll get to him at the line. Here they come. Down the front straightaway. Vargas pulls low.
Oh my gosh.
The lead. He's got the lap car in front of him. At the line, it's going to be Justin Malillo wins stage 1, and they almost crashed. A cone gets killed. Justin Malillo wins stage 1 at Daytona.
Wow. I was not expecting that kind of a move from Vargas for a stage win, but hey, I guess that's why they have them. They get that excitement. I would love to see a replay of that because I'm pretty sure I don't know how they didn't hit Davin there. That was a lot of co-opetition and a lot of, hey, let's get some room. That could have been a 8-car pileup right there, but no one ended up going around. That's some good work.
The replay. You see the 77 at the bottom of the screen. He goes to the apron. Problem is Vargas also goes to the apron, and they're a lot faster than that 77. Oh!
Vargas might have gotten him if he didn't have to check up for Davin. That would have been, that's an amazing, hey, that's some research. Now he knows that he can go from maybe 6th or 7th and go to that 4th lane going into the finish line. He might have been able to pull that off. So we'll have to keep an eye on that at the end of the race.
That's for the stage win, folks. My, oh my. Sean, how did you save that? Because you got run over by Frisch.
I had to anticipate because I knew we were 4 wide going across the line, and Frisch just apologized to me. He's like, I had nowhere to go. I'm like, it's all good. But I don't think the car is too bad. We'll get it fixed up here. But I told Justin to pinch going into turn 3, and he did a good job and got us the momentum off. So I was just glad we were able to pretty much survive that ordeal. That was fun.
Let's talk to our stage 1 winner for the first time this year, Justin, slowest man on iRacing, Malillo. How about that? From the top row, 4 wide, stage winner.
Yeah, how about that? That was pretty fun. That was definitely some white knuckle racing there during that stage, but somehow I didn't wreck everybody below me, and we pulled off a meaningless stage win.
Did you know that you were 4 wide there coming off turn 4?
Oh, absolutely not. I had no idea.
Ignorance is bliss.
Boy. So what's the plan here for the rest of the race? You got another stage here that doesn't matter, and then you've got the win that I can't really say matters, but it's the last thing that you can win before the season is done.
I'm just here to have a good time. I just want to go out here and race it up, and I'm hearing myself on the broadcast, so it's kind of throwing me off. But thanks, guys, for interviewing me. I really do appreciate it.
Well, we're glad to have you up here. Hope you enjoyed the chicane there. We'll see it a lot tonight. And best of luck. Go get him here the rest of the way.
Hey, Justin, before you go, who do you give credit for getting you that the momentum to get to the front there? I'm sure he must have been a really good pusher.
I mean, there was some yellow car behind me. I don't know. It might have been... I'm looking through the field. I couldn't see him. But thank you, yellow car.
I just got off the radio. He said he thanks you as well for being a great guy. So that's mutual respect from both parties. You love to see it.
Definitely. Thank you, yellow car.
Go get him, Justin. There you have it, stage 1 winner, Justin Melillo. Let's talk to here if we can, because he's just chilling in his pit box right now, and as I say that, he drives away. David Cornelius from that first crash in stage 1, who then had a role here in this one. First off, what happened earlier? I know you're talking to drivers right now as we're coming to 1 to green, or we are at 1 to green, but what happened there coming off turn 4 to get you in this spot?
I got hit.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of what we saw.
Hold on, sorry. I'm figuring out 5 things at once. People are trying to find their spots, and I'm trying to figure out if I should sit behind the pack. I'm going to get my lap back. That might have been a bad decision because I think I might just be on my own again. But I was watching the broadcast. They're putting on a good show up there, 3 wide. I think I came up, I hit a bump, slid up half a lane off the bottom. Cosmo didn't feel like lifting in time. Backed that thing into the fence. It did a lot of damage. I didn't expect the car to be that broke backing into the fence, but we got this thing fixed up now. We'll get back up in the lead lap eventually at some point, hopefully for the final stage. But I might just be lonely for another 20 laps here.
Oh.
And how scared were you there coming to the checkered flag stage 1 when you had Ryan Vargas on the apron 4 wide, closing in a hell of a lot faster than you were driving?
It was another day. I figured I stuck it on the apron. It's the only real place to go. They sorted it out. I got to the finish line before they did somehow. It was a little bit close, though.
All right, green flag's out. Go get him. Get back on lead lap.
I'll be...
We cut him off, but there you have it. David Cornelius, league owner, man who got crashed in first stage, still a lap down. He will get the free pass eventually. I don't know if all of his damage is fixed, but nonetheless, it's Melillo and Cozy leading us, to the green flag as we come off turn 2.
Excuse me if I've said this before. These guys are still side by side, basically 180 mile an hour pace lap as they get up to speed. Gary Owen trying to push Cozy out front, still basically at deadlock heat going into turn 3, but Cozy has about a half car length lead over Melillo. But here comes Melillo on that inside line. And look at Vargas looking high over Sean Butler. He's going to be 3 wide for 5th.
And everybody went with Vargas, and that was Sean.
It's been a common theme in this race.
Kind of what happens when you're, NASCAR driver. They're almost 4 wide again.
Oh, and Frisch almost crashed in the background there. Is Justin, where are you going? There's the grass.
He almost took the road course there going into turn 1. And despite all of that, despite being put in the middle, Sean's now battling for the lead. Maybe he's kind of good at this.
Well, here's some inside information, Kevin. I put myself there.
Wow.
I mean, I heard you saying we got a parking lot in our pace lap, and I'm like, let's go to the middle here, shake things up, and here we are.
Are you manufacturing the results of this race?
No. What would make you say that?
No reason.
Okay.
25 laps are complete. Michael Cozy Jr. is your race leader. The inside line has been reduced to rubble at this point. You got Osmond down there, and that's it. And now here comes Sean with help from Trey Normile looking for the lead.
I haven't talked about Trey. He was kind of running around 8th or 9th, backed out for that stage 1 finish. I think that would have, if they piled it up there, would have been the smartest decision all night long. But now he's in 3rd, battling out for 2nd with Michael Cozy. Sean Butler has about a half car length lead over the rest of the field. Here comes Michael Frisch by himself, by the way, on that 3rd lane. Here comes the Pontiac and Cisco Scaramouza. I cannot believe that's a Pontiac. That's awesome. And here comes Gary Owen trying to cover the 3rd lane as well, but Cozy once again covers it.
Sean's going to lead another lap. And don't get your hopes up. This is just a one-off, folks. He's not running.
Justin's all over the place.
I was about to say, are you looking at Justin back there? He's just, I don't know what he's doing.
He's yiggling it into the
There you
corners,
go.
but on purpose, yeah.
Tragic news once again. Davin Cornelius is not in the draft. We might have another sequel here of the stage 2 finish. He is way off pace.
You got 10 cars under a blanket, then you got Justin back there, and then Davin half a lap behind. As Cozy rolling that middle line, you got Frisch all the way up by the wall, and you've got Sean down low.
Well, with how these guys, you really can't push. I think Cozy knows, and I think this would, and Sean would know this too, with the Moon car experience. These guys run this car so much. I think he knows that just being in that 2nd lane, you kind of can cover all 3 lanes. Even if you get like side by side with the guy underneath you, eventually it does pull back ahead. So Cozy doing a good job here maintaining the lead. Here comes Frisch on the outside with a little bit of momentum. Cisco trying his best to shove him to the lead. And now they're going to be side by side going into turn 3. Oh, Gary.
Oh, man. Cozy thought he was clear down low, but Butler with no help is going to storm back. Now here comes Lewell like he shot out of a
Damn
cannon.
it, Lewell.
He's going to go 3 wide. He's going to go 4 wide for the lead.
I respect it.
We'll be seeing you. He backs out of it.
Oh, gosh. Who was that almost that hit him?
Keenan
Kusin almost destroyed him. I think he was just messing with them there, but they almost door banged. And now Sean Butler by himself on the inside, and that's going to allow Gary Owen has the run. They almost made contact again. Frisch and Vargas, they're 4 wide in the middle of the backstretch. This is crazy.
When we were here for the Fall Brawl last year, Gary Owen was the guy that went to victory lane. Here he is now leading this thing as Cozy just got shuffled out of the deck. He's going to drop back to 3rd on the outside line. Vargas going to step up here in the middle. Almost makes contact with Sean, and now you got Cosman kind of peeking down to the apron. He's going to stay in line. These guys are getting aggressive going underneath the yellow line.
This is like the attitude of a Busch Clash from like the 1980s. These guys don't care about the cars that they're driving, and they know it's basically a sprint from here. Going to be 51 laps to go, 11 laps to go in the stage. Still 3 wide. Gary Owen in that pink QR code, number 24, holding the lead for the moment. But here comes Vargas and Scaramouza in the middle, and Frisch and Cozy and Normile on that 3rd lane.
Things are starting to come together a little bit now. They kind of accordion it all back together. Here comes Lewell looking for the middle, maybe the bottom. As Frisch fell way back, he'll get a good push here from Cozy. Side by side of the line, it'll be Vargas at the line. As they send him back to turn 1, 10 to go in stage 2.
So we've seen Lewell try it, we've seen Vargas try it, and Butler's trying to wreck the field. Got a little bit sideways there. I don't know, your car is all over the place for me. You're jostling around. It's making me nervous. But I'm curious to see if that tri-oval apron, if there's enough grip that you can kind of hold it down there through the tri-oval. They haven't been able to do it without lifting. I know Lewell had to lift and fell back from 3rd to about 10th. We'll have to see if it works. Hey, Sean, why don't you try it right here?
Sean almost put Cisco in the wall there. He kind of slid up a little bit through 3 and 4. Got it back down to the line, though. Vargas leads at the stripe. And, yeah, for those of you that didn't notice, just look at the roof of the 24.
Nope.
Yep.
I've been ignoring it the entire race. Doing my best.
Those are forward-facing numbers. Forward. as Fresh is going to pull onto the apron, let everybody go, and everybody's going to fan out. Here comes Lowell to the outside. Vargas hangs in the middle. You got Gary now leading the pack down low.
Gary on that inside line right now. He has momentum. Middle lane, kind of the worst of the three at the moment. Here comes Lowell, Cozy, and Malillo on that very outside lane. Right now, only 2 cars of Scaramouza and Vargas in that middle lane. The sucker hole engaged. Vargas has now no help, and he might fall all the way back to 8th or 9th. But never mind. Here comes Justin Malillo looking low, peeking in the middle lane underneath Cozy. But at the moment, Vargas by himself, and he's actually doing a pretty good job in the middle right now.
Here they come down the back straightaway, and I can see that 77 in the distance. They will get to him before the end of the stage again. Here comes Sean up the middle for the lead, 3 wide.
Oh, Lowell's in the fence, and that's going to stack him up over the wall. Big wreck.
Collects Vargas, collects Cozy. Normile drives underneath him. I don't know if Fresh got a piece of it or not, and we're under caution for the second time tonight.
Trey Normile drove underneath of Lowell, and they were stacked there in the middle of 3 and 4. And I believe Frisch is okay. Almost got into the side of Normile, but I think he's all right. Biggest loser, and that is the 25. I think he just tagged the wall going into 3. Got a little bit high, anticipating that it would stick. And turn 3 here has no grip. If you run in the 87s more than anything, you just go right to the wall, and I think that's exactly what happened there. He just got really tight, and it just went straight to the fence, and that stacked up the outside.
Yeah, so he hit the wall. I thought Cozy got into him after he hit the wall. No, he hit the wall and just lost it then after he got lost it.
Man.
Oh, my
Vargas
God.
had a little bit of contact there, but I think he's all right.
Yeah, he did get the wall, though, coming back up. So we'll see. We'll check on the damage for him. And whew, what a ride. The good news is that'll put Davin back on the lead lap.
See if he can get back to the lead pack.
He just said keep the high line clear on the race comm. So yeah, he's getting his lap back for sure.
Oh, some takers on pit road. Vargas is in. Sean stays out.
And he's the only one to stay out. So
what about that
feels
fuel
important,
call
right?
there, Sean? Don't want to take fuel now?
I mean, you got to switch it up every now and then.
Oh, my God.
We can't make it from here anyways.
This is true.
I think that's why Jake, called into question your reasoning for pitting earlier.
Can't be unique. Can't stick out from the crowd.
Nope.
To blend in.
Yep.
Okay.
Conform to the rest. I wonder if this is going to be a short one. I wonder if Ben Easterday, our admin, our race control, will shorten it, because if I'm doing the math, it'll be, probably 4 to go at the end of the stage here?
Something like that. Depends on when we get the 1 to green. Of course, Ben is up here listening. I'm not
He's just ignoring us.
No, but yeah. My guess
it's going to be a normal caution.
There he is.
Okay, so this will be a normal caution. So that means that we will wait until the pace truck turns its lights off. Ben will not force the pace car driver to turn them off. So yeah.
Clicking.
And the verdict on pit road: 4 tires for everybody except for Gary Owen.
God, that car is such an eyesore.
Hey, Ryan Vargas, we brought you up in the booth really quick. These guys are yelling at me for staying out in the booth, and I need you to defend my decision.
I mean, if it was like a place where we lifted, I would understand. But I mean, you're doing a great job. Your hair looks great.
Oh, well, thank you. But I guess while we have you here, I mean, how do you think the racing's been? It's been a lot of 3-4 wide at times, but it's been pretty clean up here. You think we can maintain all this, or are we just doomed later on?
I mean, it's eventually going to go wrong. I don't foresee this lasting. However, this is probably one of the best races. I mean, this is arguably one of the best races I've done in a long time on the sim. So very big props to all these guys. Like, we're literally going 3 and 4 wide with ARCA cars at Bumpy Daytona and somehow not completely obliterating the field. So it's been a lot of fun.
And one last question for you. So it looks you're just coming off a pit road. You got to catch the field. You're going to be restarting in the back here, but you think you got think that old number 6 TikTok machine's going to be able to knife through the field to get back up to the front?
Maybe. I mean, we'll see what I feel like doing here. We have about, I think, what is it? We're going to have like 5 laps when we get this green here to the stage. If I feel like charging, trying to get some TV time, I like to say, then maybe. But I think I might just vibe until the stage break and then get the rest of my damage fixed. We'll see, though.
I hear you, man. Well, it's been fun racing with you. Get back up here soon so we can keep brawling, all right?
I'm trying. I'm on my way. I'm digging.
Thank you, Ryan. I'll see you in a second.
No problem.
That's Ryan Vargas. He's coming around. He was on pit road for a good little bit there trying to fix the damage. Everybody now finally is on the lead lap. This will put Sean and Gary on the front row here for the restart. 4 to go on the stage when they get the green flag. Sean, you going to win the stage or what's the deal?
I don't, probably not, but who knows? We'll see. We'll have another crazy finish. The green flag's out, by the way. There we go.
Yep, here we go. For the second stage.
Trey Normile and Vargas have a huge run. Ben's telling him to slow it down a little bit. Don't Kyle Busch it like he did in the shootout a few years ago.
Wow.
Here they come through turns 1 and 2. They get these things wound up and up to full song. Sean with the lead. He was clear up high for the moment. Here comes Gary, though, with the run. Help from stage 1 winner, Justin Melillo. He's looking to go back to his old stomping ground up on the outside line. Thinks better of it. Stays tucked in behind the 24.
Sean Butler, despite making a questionable pit call, they're still in the lead. Here comes Gary Owen on that second lane with Justin Melillo. 2 pink cars, 3 pink cars. Here comes Keenan Kusin in the third spot on that second lane. He's pushing Melillo. They swing to the outside, try to get that run. But right now, still side by side, dead even as we hit 3 laps to go in the stage.
Keep an eye on that 77. That thing is fully...
Oh, Vargas is in the fence.
Yeah, he just got put in the wall by that 77. Here comes Cosman. Look to the inside of Sean. Couldn't get there. As Gary Owen taking the lead on that high side with help from the 53 of Justin Melillo. They come down the back straightaway. Melillo looks to the middle. Gary blocks. Look out.
A lot of jostling here down the backstretch. Here looks like Cozy trying to make that third lane, get a little bit of momentum. He's going to get around the 0-3 of Kusin. He's now going to be right behind Melillo. Melillo maybe looking high, trying to telegraph that move from the VRS, number 99. There they go. Going to be 3 wide now for third. Maybe 3 wide for the lead as Cosman almost runs into the side of Butler. And now they're going to be 3 wide with 2 laps to go for the lead.
That was scary. Sean?
Yeah, I was startled a bit. I don't think he turned for the tri-oval, but we're good.
Justin going to lose a spot here to Cozy. Cozy going to drop to the middle. Down the back straightaway they go. Cosman down low. Sean in the middle. Here comes Gary up high. Cozy will go with them. Bye, Sean.
I got Justin, I think.
Yes, you have Justin. Here they come.
That was a good heads-up move.
Yeah. Coming to the white flag, stage 2.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, Melillo
my.
almost got into the side of Cozy and got in the back of Butler. And got into Butler there. But Gary Owen made a really smart move. Got in front of Cozy, and now he's in the lead. But these guys are shuffling all over the place. Butler to the outside, Cosman to the inside. Owen now stuck in the middle. It's a 3x3 battle now for the lead on the white flag of the stage.
Oh, man, Justin got really sideways there. He gets sideways again. Hang on to it. Here comes the 77. He's going to go with him.
Oh, he's going to the battle.
He's going to go.
Oh, no, Cosman.
Oh. Go. Around goes Justin. Hard into the wall goes Cornelius. Cisco in it as well. 3 drivers left, racing back for the stage win. You've got Sean up high. You got Cozy with him. Cozy gonna wreck. Oh, they're gonna wreck. Sean goes up and over Gary. Cozy keeps his foot in it, and Cozy's gonna bulldoze the field and win the stage. Oh.
I know there's 40 laps to go, right? What? What just happened?
The most moon car finish in the history of CORE. Michael Cozy Jr. wins stage 2.
What a Go back. There's so much to look at, as Travis Brown would say. That wreck is like an onion. There's so many facets we have to look at with this. Let's start from here. 3 wide going into turn 1, and eventually we'll get to the backstretch. Lowell gets a huge run from the 10th spot, and eventually he's going to get blocked by Cosman on the third or very inside. Here he comes. And I don't know where he thinks he's going to go here. There's not a lot of room for these guys to move. Cosman decides to block it for whatever reason, and chaos ensues on the backstretch.
I mean, everybody. I think Vargas got through it. Keenan goes through the grass, locks it up, and misses it. Here's part 2. Yeah. Ugh.
Part 2, dumb move, boogaloo. Sean literally ramps over Gary. This is the wall. What? Why?
I'm being told that we need some Cosman versus Lowell court.
We don't have this. We don't have the what's it called? The soundboard for it.
Yeah. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
Is that how it went?
Not for you. Nonetheless, let's talk with them first. We'll kind of play catch up as things go along here. We'll start with the Cosman and Lowell potential beef, and we'll go from there. Maybe. I believe we're working on it.
Man, I think Cisco somehow got through that with no damage. What? I don't know how he pulled that off. That was a great move.
Yeah, bring him up here, Zach. Sean, did you enjoy launching up over Gary like that?
I didn't know that's how it went, but I mean, I felt like a monster truck on that one. That was an experience. We got 5.5 minutes of damage, so that sucks, but that was interesting.
All right, Cosman, Lowell. Cosman, we'll start with you. What happened?
He's at a loss for words.
Yeah. That's the way it sounds. Lowell, take us through your vantage point from that crash.
Yeah, I'm just watching the replay. He definitely made a clean block. I lifted off the gas, and it was not enough. I needed brakes, and I tapped him. But that's unfortunate because I was going to back out of it. There was no way I was going to make that corner, so.
Yeah, but yeah,
he didn't need to do that.
Thought. Well, I didn't think you were going to lift, so.
No, I definitely lifted. I'll give you my replay, though.
No, I'm talking about I didn't think you were going to lift for turn 3, so I was just trying to not kill everybody early.
Fair enough, fair enough. No, that was a guaranteed Harry Tiller wreck. I wasn't going to do that.
Wow.
Well, you never know. Oh, man. Anybody got a magazine? I'm sitting in the pits for the next 7 minutes.
Oh, no. 7 minutes required?
I forgot to check the damage thing.
Wow.
Oh, I hate that glitch. That happened to me last year, man.
I just forgot to uncheck it because it starts unchecked. So
Yeah.
We're just sitting.
Well, best of luck to both of you guys here whenever you can get back on the racetrack. And look forward to seeing you towards the end of this deal, whether you're on the lead lap or not. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thanks, bud. Good luck on the broadcast.
Yeah. You guys have fun.
So Cosman and Lowell, who were involved in that accident. Now, where are the leaders? Lights are out on the pace truck, but it's coming off turn 2. We should be able to get a word here with Cozy. So let's talk to our Stage 2 winner if we can. Michael Cozy Jr., Stage 2 winner. The most moon car finish perhaps in core history. Take us through that last lap.
Ow.
Yeah, well, yeah. You see, I thought it was ending a lap early because I saw Ben put in the chat he closed the pit road, and I thought we were just coming to line, so I backed off, and I was like, all right. And then that wasn't the end, so I caught back up there, and then they all wrecked. I was like, all right, caution. But then Ben was like, hey, we're gonna race back to line. I was like, all right, hell yeah. And I tried making a move, I got loose, and I wrecked the rest of them. So I apologized to him, and it was unfortunate. I hate wrecking him like that, but yeah.
Stage 3, what's the plan?
Win.
Oh, it sounds good. Michael Cozy Jr., Stage 2 winner. Go get you some.
Yeah.
Here's the green flag. Trey Normile, Cisco Scaramuza on the front row. Half the pack is not here. Half the pack is still coming off turn 4. Sean, you're in that mess.
What's left of us is in this mess.
Yeah, you've got, well, Davin's a lap down again. He just got to the start-finish line. And then there's Cosman, who's sitting in the pit still. Here comes Vargas outside for the lead.
And Vargas a little bit of a run. These guys are still trying to just figure out what they want to do. Frisch is going to back out. Here comes Normile with a huge run. Owen also having a big run. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead. Cozy going to go to the top as well to follow suit with Normile. Oh, Vargas almost got to the side of him. These guys are all over the place out of turn 4.
Down the front straightaway, still 3 wide. You would think they would have learned something after that last one. Nah, they're just going to keep on plowing straight through. Normile leads at the line, but you got Vargas fighting for it down low.
Justin Melillo on the yellow line, almost underneath the apron there, going into 3. He's going to back out. That's going to allow a 6-car breakaway between Butler, Owen, Scaramuza, Cozy, Normile, and Vargas. They're going to be side by side. Here comes Kusin on the inside. Here comes Wool back with a huge run. I think he's doing this on purpose. He gets these huge runs and then backs out at the last second. He's maybe just trying to learn for later. But still side by side, these guys maybe turning it down a little bit on the intensity meter. We'll just have to wait and see. Never mind. Vargas going to block that. Third lane, he's wrecking.
Oh!
He's wrecking 4.
Cisco, Butler around. He got turned by Lowell. 4-car crash. Caution's out.
Ate my words real quick there.
Yeah, and looking at the field, Vargas, no, check that, Scaramuza was one of the 2 that have already used their fast repair. It's him and Lowell that have used their fast repairs. Everybody else still has theirs. Caution number 4 on the day. Here's a replay.
Yeah, I think Vargas was just trying to play both lanes, and the margin of error is so low because of the fact you can't bump in these cars at all. You really can't. It's no bones about it. And that sent him back to the inside line. Scaramuza involved. Butler got jacked up by Lowell. Oh man, he had a lot of damage to the front of his car. That might be it for him, especially if he already used his fast repair.
Yeah, Sean, what'd you see from your end?
I slowed down to avoid the spinning cars, and Lowell didn't. So that's pretty much what happened. I mean, it was the car's keeping up. It had 4.5 minutes of damage. I got to get a chunk of it fixed in the last caution, and now I got to get it fixed again. But I'm going to save the fast repair for as late as I possibly can.
I think that's the right move. So pits are open this time. Let's see who's coming in. Everybody. Sean, how are we on fuel?
I'll let you know after this. I mean, we're going to fill it up, but I mean, we might be good after this pit stop. I mean, we're under 35 to go.
Did they lower the fuel cell this week?
Looks like it is lower. Yes, so there's 9.4 gallons you can add.
That's like what?
It's 50%.
So we're not good on gas.
Yeah, I think that's like what, like 18 to 20 laps? Somewhere in that range?
Somewhere in that ballpark, yeah.
Well, it'd be a little more than 20 since we were able to make it 20 in those stages, even with the caution. Cozy wins the race off pit road. And everybody else will leave pit road here in the time being. It still looks like, though, nobody using their fast repairs here.
Everyone's getting damage fixed. Melillo is gone. These guys slowly trickling their way out. Reminds me of like an ARCA race where like by the end of it there's like 5 or 6 guys left. The second place driver has tape all over the side of his car. Hood's flying off.
Gerhardt hasn't been a factor all day and he's sitting P5. Yep.
Guys are staying out on fuel. He's going to end up winning anyway because they're going to run out. Those were the worst days when he would race, and I would go to the ARCA race before the shootout. It was pretty much a shoe-in that he would win, but you go there for the chaos. But he won so many of those races in February. It was nuts.
That 2011 race where Brandon McReynolds was leading and then ran out of gas, that is my all-time #1 ARCA finish, because I think 2 years later, Bobby did the same thing and let John West Townley win a race here. So I have Vietnam flashbacks from that race when Bobby was leading and unfortunately ran out, I think, on the last lap coming off too.
They've got some crazy ARCA races here. Just a huge wreck. What was it, like an 06, 05, 06?
A couple of years ago where we had like 14 overtimes.
Yeah.
We had the 43 car and the 8 car that looked like the King and Dale Jr. Both clobber the wall in turn 3 on one of those.
Kevin, you're going to be mad at me.
4.
I made a Demets meme over the radio in the race.
Oh my god. Well, it makes sense.
How the Mets doing, by the way?
Argus is here.
They're not. I said it's not about slowing down for the wreck, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. It's about the Mets, baby.
Come on, baby, let's go Mets.
See, you get mad whenever I bring it up, and then you laugh at it when we.
It's so like, what's the word? Low-hanging fruit memes. Yeah.
Yeah, producer Zach says stupid, so he hits it right on the head. I mean, if we brought Ryan up here, he'd give you his opinion on it. He loves it.
Maybe we'll talk to him at the next caution. Just an update, by the way. 11 cars on the lead lap. The only one not on the lead lap is Cosman. He finally got let out of the box. He's 5 laps down at this point.
Oh, well, he might be able to get those back.
Yeah, he should be able to. And again, the only 2 people that have used their faster pairs, Cisco and Lowell. Everybody else still has the faster pair in the back pocket. So here we come down to the restart. 32 laps to go. Cozy and Malillo lead us down. Green flag.
Cozy getting a little bit of a warning on jumping the start.
That's for us back here.
Oh, here comes Sean. Okay, never mind.
Da, 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 da.
Me and
Here
Davin.
comes the 32.
Oh!
Me and Davin timed the run perfectly back here, but we can't pass anybody for good reasons, so we just had to fall in line. Yeah, didn't say anything's wrong with that.
Cozy and Vargas 1 and 2 as they come down the back straightaway. You got Frisch down low. Here comes Justin up high with help from Gary Owen, looking all the way for the lead. He's going to get to the outside of Cozy into 3.
You guys are still not shy about going 3x3 despite having multiple big ones halfway into the race so far. Frisch going to edge out in front. Scaramouza gives him as much of a shove as he can out of turn 4. Davin Cornelius into the fence again. Out of turn 4, down in the tri-oval. He's all over the place. Malillo still trying to make that third line happen with Gary Owen, but here comes Cozy in the middle, 3 wide.
Oh man, Vargas got a little loose there right behind Cozy. Keeps his foot in it though and keeps it straight. Still side by side between Frisch and Cozy as they come down the backstretch.
Can't imagine the mayhem if they decided to run this car in this combo with 30 guys here for the regular season. Going to be interesting to see what you guys decide. But a lot of fun so far, it looks like. I bet Sean's having a blast out there. What do you think so far?
Oh yeah, I mean we've cut it down to 2.5 minutes of damage, and the car somehow feels slower. But I don't know. It's a good time though. I mean, I'm still able to barely keep up here, but yeah, 30 cars on this track in this combo, everyone minding their P's and Q's, would be a hell of a good time.
Yeah, so 2 weeks from tonight, CORE Season 4 season opener at some version of this racetrack, whether it's with the Xfinity cars on smooth Daytona or these on the bumpy Daytona, you'll find out. If I had to guess right now, we're going to see this combination as the season opener. But we'll find out once we get closer to the start of the 4th season of the CORE. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for that season opener, I sure hope we get 30 cars around this racetrack. It's going to be a little taxing on Zach's computer, but other than that, it's going to be a lot of fun for us.
Wow.
I will say, just to put my opinion in the hat, because, I like to have my opinion, the beat car here is a lot of fun. So I think regardless, you guys would have a really fun combination. But at the moment, these guys are having a blast. 29 laps to go. Cozy and Frisch, 2 of the better super speedway drivers on the service right now, commanding this field. Scaramouza 3rd, Vargas 4th, and as soon as I say that, Frisch goes to the back.
Yeah, he's had enough of leading. We'll be seeing him. So Cozy leads, and now Cisco will lead the bottom line until Cozy comes down, covers the spot.
32 of Butler, a little bit slow, as he mentioned, barely hanging on to this draft, but a pretty strong draft here in the ARCA car. He's going to hang on. Normile right behind him. Here comes Melillo to get back into the mix. Cornelius, despite being laps down out of the pack, hitting the inside wall, he's now back up front. He is in 6th. Here comes Cisco to the inside, peaking low. He's going to stay behind the number 99 of Cozy.
Through 1 and 2. Vargas up high with a bit of a run. Help from Gary Owen. He's been a great pusher so far tonight.
Gavin goes 3 wide under Cisco. It's going to be tight. Gary needs to know he's 3. I think he does. And Cisco almost went underneath Vargas there. That was tight out of turn 4. Vargas barely clear. And these guys are still side by side. Cozy back to the front. Vargas second by only 13 thousandths of a second.
Just a little close, you know. Here they come through 1 and 2 again. Vargas trying to roll the outside line with help from the Pontiac as this goes Scaramouza.
You know, despite these guys being in a ton of accidents, it doesn't look like the cars are destroyed. You know, I know some of these guys have used their fast repair, but cars look like they have gotten most of their damage fixed. I know Sean said that he has a little bit more to fix, but these guys look pretty clean so far. Vargas took a shot there in turn 4 a few laps ago. He's up front. Cisco, oh, never mind, there they go. Oh, gosh, Davin's front end just went flying because of the gas.
Sean gets into Frisch at the end of this deal, and the caution flag is out again. Cornelius goes for yet another wild ride. The front end of his race car is still there on my screen, but another crash. And I think at this point, there's nobody left that hasn't been involved in an accident. Everybody has had some sort of damage tonight. I think that's why everybody's on the same page. Here's the
I don't know if it's going to show it on Zach's screen, but on my end, when Davin hits the tri-oval grass, it was like watching a splitter go flying. Yeah, it's not going to show it. But on my end, his car was destroyed, but it looks okay. Might be all right.
Sean, what happened with you?
Yeah. Well, I thought we were through it, and then I see them just still checking up, and then the 49 turned back around the track, and Frisch had to stop, and I think we both had the same mindset to try to gas it up and get it through there, but he came up across Frisch, and I couldn't get on the brakes in time and ran Frisch over. Frisch's car does not have a lot of damage on the rear end, but front end's kind of pushed in on this thing. But we'll see if we can't beat the hood down and try to keep our fast repair in the back pocket, but it's not looking good right now.
Alrighty, so we're under caution again. I think this is caution number 6 on the night, I believe. As pits are open, and looks like everybody is coming to pit road. We'll have 25 to go here as they cross the line now.
Husband gets one of his, now he's 4 laps down. Assume everyone will take fuel here, knowing how close it is. This is my close rate. Come back in if they get the one to go next time by. Might be close here. It's gonna be 23 laps to go once they go green, if my math is right. Sean, are you gonna try and fix it?
We're trying to fix it.
How much time do you have on it?
3.5 minutes.
Oh my God.
We're doing our best.
Well, you said there were 2.5 left, so this is now, only a minute added on after packing the rear end of Frisch?
Well, I don't know. Well, the front end damage is a lot worse than rear end damage. He mentioned, he's like, yeah, I only got like 11 seconds. I'm like, I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad, but we're gonna try to chip away at this damage, and hopefully we can get it. I don't know, maybe to around at least a minute. But if we keep getting involved in these wrecks, it's gonna be a long time. Yep, we still have a fast repair, but I refuse to use it. Zach, you are correct.
Didn't somebody have a question in here for Ryan Vargas?
I wanted to ask him about that deal he has with Newegg. I wanted to let him shout that out.
You can bring him up, race leader.
Hey Ryan, I saw that you posted something today. I'll give you a little chance to share it a little bit early. Saw that you have a little partnership with Newegg now.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you bringing me up so I can talk about it. Yeah. Been working on that for the past several months. Obviously a really big partnership there with Newegg, and with a heavy focus on their Newegg automotive, online automotive retail. So hopefully all you guys check that out, neweggauto.com. That's the biggest way I can kind of like get y'all to go there. If you go to my social platforms, you could also see that I'm giving away a $4,300 gaming PC. Some of literally the best stuff on the market, and on top of that, it's laser. I don't know if it's laser etched, but it's etched with a design of my race car with Newegg all over it. So
that's sick. I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah, it's sick. Harris Liu, like, I mean, we all know who that is.
Yeah,
He's a very talented designer. And like I said, the PC is equipped with the AMD 5950X and Asus RTX 3080 Ti. So I mean, it's got some of the best stuff you can ask for in a computer. So it's pretty neat. And like I said, it means a lot to see another big brand jumping on board. It goes a long way for someone like myself, just trying to stay in race cars, keep driving. So to have these brands jump behind it, it definitely adds a lot of value and stock to my name, and I hope to keep racing for hopefully many years to come.
Well, Ryan, I did you a favor. I threw the link so these guys could enter to win. I think that would be, especially in these times, I think people would love to have a 3080 Ti with how the chip shortage is. But we'll let you go and lead this one here, Green.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Before we let you go, Travis Brown has a message. Vargas will appreciate that I'm eating at Waffle House in Gaffney right now.
Did Travis just invite me to Waffle House? I just took the green. The engine's a little loud. I'm happy with doing this interview under green. I mean...
well, he said that he's eating at a Waffle House in Gaffney right now, but...
in Gaffney?
Yeah, if you get this...
Why is he in Gaffney?
I don't know.
I think he was driving to
Yeah,
I hope I get to see him in Martinsville. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna go up to the top line because I don't like that bottom. That bottom's stinky.
You know, it's not about what line you run, Vargas.
No.
It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets.
Love the Mets, baby. Get a home run, baby. We love the Mets.
We'll let you go now here in focus. Best of luck the rest of the way. Good luck at Martinsville. On Saturday is when the Xfinity...
Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
All right, well, then I will be watching that or listening to that in the car on my way to Martinsville for the Cup Race Sunday. Best of luck.
Sweet, thank you.
Brian Vargas, who won at Atlanta in the CORE 2 weeks ago. Currently your race leader, running the junior line, running the outside.
Yeah, I saw that deal he got, and that's pretty big to have Newegg aboard. So good for him. But for the moment, he is leading here on, like you said, Jake, that very outside lane, basically calling this mile high line, we used to call it back in the day. He's trying to make that third lane work, but here comes Keenan Kusin and Cisco Scaramuzzi. They're trying to interrupt the party. They're going to the inside.
Off turn 4, back to the stripe. This inside line just dominated by Team Rick. Everybody else wants nothing to do with the bottom, so they're just going to take advantage of it. 21 laps to go. We have 9 drivers in this lead pack. Trey Normile 13 seconds back. Sean Butler 15 seconds back on the race leader, now 16 back. Just too much damage?
It's just, yeah. Oh, no. There he is. 164 miles an hour. That's about 30 miles an hour off pace.
Still got the fast repair.
Yeah, this is true. Here comes Justin looking down low. Cozy going to cover the spot.
Oh, gosh.
Cosman is 2 laps down still, and he actually didn't get back around. He's about to get lapped again. 3 wide. Here comes Cornelius up high with help from Frisch. Vargas is going to get stuck in the sucker hole, and here comes Cozy down low. Let's find out where Cosman's going to go. He's on the apron. He's going to spin it right in front of these guys. He hangs on. That was close.
Come on, Cosman, that was terrifying. He's going to go back to 3 down. He was 5 down, went down to 2, now back to 3. So Cosman's having a rough go of it after blocking Lul for the stage 2 win. Here comes Vargas on the very top side, battling for the lead, now battling for second as Cozy has the run with Davin on that inside line. Melillo not sure where he wants to go. He's in 5th. Cisco 6th. Gary Owens 7th.
How in the... David Cornelius just led. What?
I don't know how. His car is destroyed.
He spent half of this race a lap down, and he just led a lap. And now here comes Fresh. She's going to say, yeah, I'll take that from you. Thank you very much. He takes over.
5-car breakaway for the moment. About a half-second gap between the 5-car breakaway and Cisco. These guys still trying to jostle for position. Here comes Davin and Cozy on the inside. Vargas looks 3 on Frisch. Frisch going to be up against the fence. Here comes Melillo on the inside line. And these guys still somehow are pulling away. I think some of these guys have finally started to have their chickens come to roost. And they are starting to have that damage really affect them. I think they're saving their fast repair like Sean is.
They're what now?
What's the saying? I don't know.
Have their chickens come to roost, huh?
I don't know. What is it? I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go down the back straightaway. Oh, Cozy got a little giggly down there.
It's come home to roost. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't get paid enough to do things correctly here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think.
No. No, we don't.
Here we go through 3 and 4. Cosman down low, Vargas up high. Fresh is just slinging it all over the place. Bottom, top, he's bored.
Doing the math, I think we're about maybe a lap away from Sean getting lapped. He is 10 seconds slower than our leaders. Sorry, I'm being a little bit too extreme.
10
He's
seconds a lap?
Yes, he is 8.6 seconds slower than our leaders. He's going so slow. And despite that, these guys are actually going slower than they could. They're only doing about a $185 down the back. These guys almost hit 200 earlier in the race. So they're jostling and battling for position. They're still catching them at a pretty quick clip. I think you might have made a mistake here.
Did they put a V6 in that thing while you're on pit road? My gosh.
You know, Parker Kligerman would say it's just because it's got the wrong oil in it.
All right, well, there's your warning from Ben Easterday. Be mindful of the leaders. Let's see how mindful Sean is as we ride on board. And,
Oh!
Yeah! Oh! That was close.
I like how we yelled at like 5 or 6 people yesterday for doing the same thing, and then Sean decides to almost kill the entire field.
You just got to dime in the apron.
He learned from the best in Harry Tiller as Cosman's on pit road.
We might be calling it. Car is cranked to the right. He has so much damage on the right side.
You gotta wonder, I think he may have hit the wall or something. He's in the...
Oh, he got his fast repair.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's calling the audible. 15 laps to go. He's 4 laps down now. So, I mean, he's gonna need another caution to get himself, at least one more caution to get himself on the lead lap. But it's possible here.
Yeah, the way these guys have been racing, cautions have been aplenty here at the front. Here comes Vargas by himself on that inside line. Never mind. Here comes Davin. Cozy tries to block. That's going to cost him the lead and second and third. And now all the way back to 5th goes Cozy. Frisch backs out again. These guys are just having fun up here.
Cornelius looks to the high side now. He cuts back down low, trying to fool Vargas out here. As this pack is really strung apart. This kind of looks like a Daytona race from 1970, not a race from 2021.
Yeah, it seems like there's like these 5 or 6 guys that are pretty okay in terms of their car. Lul hasn't really been able to get up there. Gary's been kind of stuck where he's at. Cisco was around 6th or 7th. He's now fallen back to 8th. And then barely hanging on is Keenan Kusin in the 0-3. He's about a second behind Cisco, so he might be actually falling off the draft. But nonetheless, these guys still battling for the lead. Here comes Vargas.
Down the back straightaway. Vargas holds on to the lead, but Cozy is right back up there. Kind of
You
just
know, we
looking
might have coming up
inside,
soon
outside.
here, guys.
Pit stops?
Pit stops.
Green flag pit stop. They can't make it. You're right. That may have been Cosman's call. He only took fuel when he took his fast repair there, as Justin leads the race.
Pretty much took the lead by himself there on that inside line, so he must have a pretty decent car on that in that 53 traction.gg. I think it's a Ford. Here comes Davin to give him a shove. Michael Frisch still kind of messing around back here, about 2 or 3 car lengths back, so it's a 2x2 battle right now up front. Vargas on the outside. Cozy trying to give him a little bit of a push into turn 3, but they're still dead even side by side in the 3. Yeah, I wonder what the true window is, because these guys pitted with what, 22, 23 laps ago. Here they come. Here comes Cisco and Keenan.
Yeah, this is Team Rick. Oh, they're... Oh!
That almost was former Team Rick there for a second. I don't know if 2 cars is enough. I think that might hurt him here.
Yeah, it might.
Oh, and Cisco still hasn't gotten into his pit stall. He's all over the place. He still hasn't gotten serviced. He can't get serviced.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Well, that's it for them. Yeah, he can't get them to service his car.
Jeez.
I think he finally got it. No. There he goes.
There it is. Finally. He's down and away.
45 seconds later.
Yeah, that's really going to cost him. As we're side by side here with 11 laps to go.
Still side by side for the lead. Now Justin gets a little bit of a lead ahead of Davin and Vargas. Vargas has a little bit of a run. Gonna be 10 laps to go coming up here, and like you said, these guys are gonna have to start thinking about pit stops. We already saw a mistake from Team Rick entering pit road, as well as Cisco not able to get service once he got to his pit. So you got to be really good here. It looks like no one's coming in yet.
Off turn 4. Everybody stays out. There's Sean. I think he's going to take his faster pair here. 10 to go.
Can confirm he did. Fuel only for the 32, off and away. He will be at least 1 lap down. Maybe 2 now.
2 laps down.
Yeah, 2 laps down in the 32, so he's going to need some help. Cisco also fell to 1 lap down in the 49, so put 9 cars on the lead lap. Trey Normile and Keenan Kusin 38 seconds back behind the 7-car lead pack that was led by Melillo. Here comes Davin and Vargas on that second lane. And is Justin coming in? Not yet. These guys are really slow down the pace.
Yeah, they're just kind of taking it easy here as we've got, we're coming to now. 9 laps to go.
Well, if these guys pitted with what, 24, 25 to go, if the fuel window is like 22, 23 laps, someone might try to stretch it. We saw it at Iowa for the second feature. After the stage, a couple of these guys, Frisch, McCandless, decided to pit with 1 to go on the caution, and ended up paying off. Here comes Melillo looking low on Vargas. It ended up working out. Oh, big close. That's real close.
Look how far back. Yeah, look how far back Cozy has dropped back. You think he's going to try and make it all the way here?
Yeah, these guys are really slowed
all
down.
the way.
I couldn't even make it. I was going 160, so there's no way he can make it.
Well, but you were also full throttle, though, if he's running the draft.
These guys are running about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds slower than they were at full song in the draft earlier in the race. They were running mid 47s, 47.0, 46.9. Cozy ran last lap a 49.181, or a little bit closer to the lead. Vargas ran a 48.73. So the pack in the pace has significantly dropped off. And I think it's due to obviously the field is smaller, but I wonder if some of these guys are trying to save as Davin all over the back end of Melillo.
There's our traction teammates up there on the outside line for the lead. Justin leads again at the line, 7 to go.
.991. Vargas starting to lay back just a little bit. 182 in the middle of 1 and 2. Here comes Davin looking high. Going to continue to work with his teammate down the backstretch. A little bit of a breakaway between the top two and the rest of this lead pack. Frisch, Owen, Lul about a second or so behind our leader. Lul goes to the top. That's for 5th. Thinks better of it, gets back in line. And these guys have pulled away a little bit here. Yeah, I think you gotta, there's no way these guys aren't saving.
6 to go.
Last time by, Lewis Snaka got a time of 49.423. Our leader ran a 48.40. There's no way. These guys have got to be trying to save, try to save and get in on fuel. I can't think of any other explanation. Unless they just want the 53 and the 77 to pull away here and win. These guys are set sail. Vargas by himself now. Lul trying to catch the 6. In 4th position. Cozy still even lagging back behind Owen and Frisch. And you mentioned like 1970 style racing. Our top 7 now separated by 3.5 seconds. And we have 5 laps to go.
Yeah, Vargas has dropped it off big time here. You got the 2 traction boys out in front. And I cannot believe that Daytona has turned into a fuel strategy race. What?
So a little bit of a development. I wanted to look back and see who decided to pit on the final lap before we went back to green. Cozy and Vargas stayed out. Lul, Owen, Cisco, Keenan, Frisch, Melillo, and Normile all pitted on the final lap with 1 to green. That was on lap 57.
Vargas is in.
So yeah, Vargas will probably not be able to make it, even if he tried. He's a lap behind on fuel strategy. He's by himself.
Yep. 4 laps to go, 3.5 this time. Cisco's doing 113 mile an hour.
Stuck in 6th gear.
Apparently, what the heck? Now he's getting back up to speed. Here come the leaders through 3 and 4.
Lillo and Cornelius. Oh, here comes Davin.
Yep, he's giving up. He's coming in.
3 to go.
Justin stays out. Lul stays out, as will Frisch and Gary and Cozy.
These guys are 7 seconds, more than 7 seconds behind. Frisch is going 162 miles an hour. Trying to save and make his way to the finish. It worked last week. He stretched it to win Duel 2 or Feature 2, whatever we called it last week at Iowa. He won both features last week. One due to strategy, one just kicked their tails. And once again, fuel strategy at Daytona? It's been, 18 years since we've seen that.
So here they come, down 2 laps to go. It's Melillo and Lul, who pitted at the same time, that are leading this thing. They're at 180. I think they're just going to go till they run out, whether they can make it or not. Trey Normile is on pit road, but that's it. So we have 1.5 laps to go. Let's see if either of these guys can make it to the flag. They're just committed. They're going all out now. Everybody behind them still going 160. Frisch, Gary, Cozy.
181, 182 miles an hour. And Justin's been out front this whole time. If he can somehow make it, he did a feat years ago. He saved 11 laps in a race once. And I think he's coming in. Yeah, he's coming in. Oh, he's out of fuel.
No, Justin's out.
There it is.
White flag, Lulasnaka. Can he make it? He pitted on the same lap as Justin. He's going 181. He still has his foot in it through 1 and 2.
176, 175. Still got power, 174.
He's still going, 175. He's back on the gas.
He might be able to even coast it from here. He's got a 24-second lead.
Yeah, he's got it. Through turns 3. Everybody else is back up to full power, but Lowell is still in the gas. He's not even sputtering. What a turn of events. Lulasnaka is going to go 4. Now I think he's starting to stutter. Now he's out. Doesn't matter. Lulasnaka wins the CORE Fall Brawl at Bumpy Daytona.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Justin.
I think Frisch is out. I think there's Gary. He's still in it. Frisch is out. Cozy, I think, is out. Wow. Vargas is going to get a top 5, maybe. Him and Cornelius are still racing back here. Cozy is coasting it across the line. This is the best. Oh! There goes Keenan. Coming to the flag. That was for 7th. Big crash still. Vargas, huge crash on the front straightaway. After the flag, Frisch got bodied.
That ended up being for 5th.
Yeah. And a whole bunch of more wrecked race cars. And Lowell can't even do a burnout because he has no fuel in the thing.
Still coasting. He might be able to get up here. What a strategy call for Lowell. Came in, saved enough, did exactly what he needed to do. And I wonder if some of these guys, the only one that really made it in that backpack was Gary, and he didn't gain any ground on Lowell. So he did a fantastic job getting to the end there.
Lulasnaka, his first career CORE victory, even though it counts for nothing. And here comes Malillo coasting it. Here he comes. Woo! Got it. He finished. He finishes unofficially P7 on the lead lap. This is Lowell, the race winner, coasting it off turn 4. Let's go through the results for tonight's race. Lulasnaka, race winner. Gary Owen 2nd. Michael Cozy Jr. 3rd. Michael P. Frisch in 4th. Ryan Vargas 5th. David Cornelius 6th. Keenan Kusan 7th. Justin Malillo 8th. Then everybody else. Cisco Scaramuza, Sean Butler, top 10 for the broadcaster. Trey Normile, Cosmo Ionishu. That's the entire field. There were only 12 cars, even though I was registered and Alfredo was registered.
There he is. He finished 13th. All right.
Hey, I just beat a NASCAR Cup Series driver, and I didn't even do a lap.
Wow.
If that's not talent, I don't know what is. And perfect. Lowell has parked it right in front of the camera at start-finish. Let's talk to our race winner. So, is that finish going to make iRacing funny moments on YouTube?
Absolutely. And the wreck. But, wow. That was insane. So, that was not planned. The only reason I saved enough fuel was trying to not wreck because I had used up my fast repair. So, I was just running half throttle for like 20 laps. And then I realized, oh, I'm about to make it. But I didn't realize no one else could. So I ran out coming off of 4, about 100 yards before the line.
Well, the good news is that it really didn't matter because you had a 24-second gap over everybody else because they were saving like heck to make it.
Oh, yeah. Apparently they were running out too. Yep.
Yeah, some of them could, some of them couldn't. Frisch ran out a little early. How much does this help, though, momentum-wise, carrying you into the regular season, which starts in 2 weeks?
Yeah, we were having talks about which car we were going to run for our season opener. It looks like we've probably going to run the ARCA car, so that makes me excited. Definitely a little rusty about running the top lane, so I need to be either racing with the AI or doing more of these races so I can have more confidence running in the pack. Wasn't too happy about my top line performance, but I was there when it mattered at the end.
Well, congratulations on the race win. We'll see you in 2 weeks at the season opener here, presumably in these race cars. And go ahead, celebrate this darn thing. You just won a fuel mileage race at Daytona. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I wish I had enough fuel to burn out, but it don't matter.
Lola Snaka, your race 4 winner. Let's now talk to Gary Owen. How about that? He's with Sean.
Gary, man, that was an interesting race to say the least. So you ended up finishing second out of this. How the heck were you able to kind of play the strategy right and survive to the end to finish P2?
I have no idea. You know what? It was nice to mix it up with the pack for once, as I usually like to ride in the back, but I wanted to try and get up there today. And we were doing pretty good. I felt like I led a few laps here and there. I think I was a part of one accident. I dumped Cisco when Vargas threw a big block there, unfortunately. So apologies to him. But I realized we were going to be close on fuel there, and I'm terrible at fuel saving. I tried it last week, and I was like 5 laps short. So it worked out this time. I just really laid back as much as I could, and I tried to be with Cozy and Frisch. And then I saw Lul take off, and I thought he was going to run out of fuel. And I was hoping I could wreck him before the race ended because he was a wrecking machine tonight, but it didn't happen. But I'm really happy with second place because not very often I'm up there.
But hey, man, you can't be disappointed with that at all. So, I mean, I guess we're just talking with Lul on his win, and they were talking about how this combination could very well be the season opener. So does this race kind of help you build any confidence, any more confidence heading into that race?
Not really, to be honest with you. I feel like I'll probably get like cleaned right out or something when it actually counts. So it was fun though. The ending was really unfortunate. I don't like fuel saving racing, but I mean, it worked out this time. But confidence building, no. But you know what? Overall, I'm excited because it was a fun time.
Hey man, like I said, still can't be mad with that P2. Now, for everyone just joining us, tell us what all of those QR codes on your car.
Oh, you should totally scan those. The one on the hood is my YouTube channel, and then I can't even remember, but there's a Twitter one on there as well.
Well, I hope everyone gets to scanning on that, so kind of we get you to your socials and your channel. But nonetheless, Gary, man, P2 on a fuel mileage race at Daytona. Not often that happens in the sim ever, but go enjoy it, man. Congrats.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
My oh my, there you have it. Yeah, zoom in, get a tight shot of those QR codes. There we go.
Cameras out. Get your phone out.
Ready.
Get your phone out.
While you guys are taking care of that, let's talk with third place finisher on the night, Michael Cozy Jr., who brought it home. P3. We'll bring him up. He'll talk with Kevin.
Cozy, I feel like we talk pretty often because you end up either leading or finishing second, or you win a stage as the sink is doing God knows whatever behind me. That's the sink.
The sink's all right.
It's fine. I think the house is exploding. But tell us about your race, man. You were all over the place. You were wrecking. You were battling for the lead. Looked like a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, I tell you, man, that was a hell of a time. We were having too much fun out there. I didn't realize it was a fuel mileage race. As you might have noticed, a lot of us didn't realize it was a fuel mileage race. So yeah, that was crazy. You don't really get that a lot of the plate stuff, but it's always fun when you do. I don't know how the hell I made it. I noticed Frisch was kind of dropping off the pack, and I noticed that somebody else had said that they topped off, and it hit me all with 10 to go that I was a lap and a half short. I had looked. I don't know how the hell I saved a lap and a half for the last 10 laps, but I made it across the line. So either way, man, that was a hell of a time. We were brawling all race. You know, we had some wrecks here and there, but all in all, it was good fun.
Well, it seems like the general second question is, are you excited to do this again? Because the season opener looks like the trend will go to this car at this track for a second time. How do you think you'll do in that one?
Well, I'd like to think next time I'll pay a little bit more attention. So if it comes down to a fuel mileage race, I'll be on top of it then. But either way, I look forward to it. I like racing here and these cars. It's a good time. I like to think I'll be up in there. Hopefully we'll get everybody in there and we'll let it rip for the season.
I think it's safe to say you'll be a favorite. Michael Cozy finishes third tonight.
There you have it, your top 3 tonight from Daytona. Final thoughts, gentlemen, before we move on to the regular season in 2 weeks.
You want to go first, Kevin?
Well, I just want to look at your car wrecking again. I think it was, I think this is a good indication that, once we get 30 guys out here, it's going to be absolute chaos. These guys can pass. They can really get any run they really want. We saw 4 wide racing on the yellow line, below the yellow line. I think once we get a full field, we're going to see a hell of an event here in a couple weeks.
No, I'm in agreement with that. I mean, this, like I was saying at the top of the broadcast, this track in anything is fun. It takes so much, I want to say skill to drive on the super speedways. You got to know how it's going to work. But no, I mean, if we're going to be in these cars for the season opener, or any car for that matter, the race is going to be fantastic. The guys here in this league have a lot of talent, know what they're doing in these cars, and can't expect anything less but a great race for sure.
Certainly a lot of fun tonight, and this race in 2 weeks is going to be a lot of fun as well. Have new faces. You got the full package. 2 weeks from tonight. And, of course, here's the finish to the line with them crashing and everything. And, oh, DT just hooked him. Man. Anyway, that's... oh, my God. Trey Normile going surfing out there. Holy cow. Oh.
Yeah, Frisch owes me a left rear quarter pound for that.
Yeah, Frisch turned you, but at what cost? Either way, that's the broadcast for tonight. We will see you in 2 weeks for the official season opener. Actually, 2 weeks from yesterday, we will see the duels here, which will be a lot of fun. We'll bring in some drivers to join us in the booth, as well as Sean, Kevin, and myself. It'll be a lot of fun. And then, of course, the big race 2 weeks from tonight. We will see you Wednesday, November 10th, I believe at 9 o'clock, for the duels. Until we get to that point, thanks for watching. For producer Zach Johnson, Kevin McAdams, Sean Butler, alongside